42 yards. So, Shannon, the Colts, they did have a chance to win it in regulation. They missed a field goal. Ooh, tough one over the weekend for so many of those kickers. So did Baltimore win this, or did any lose it?
Baltimore won it. Skip, for the last 2 weeks, what we've seen is teams try to neutralize Lamar Jackson's legs. They say, you know what, Lamar, we're not going to let you and this Ravens offense run wild. If you can throw them to a victory, walk to the middle of the field, say, great job, young man. Hey, hopefully we'll see you down the road. But that was a heck of a performance. He did that in Denver, Skip. Remember, it took the last play to get 8 yards in order for them to go over 100. But he threw for 316. So that was a game that they didn't win it with his legs. They won it with his arms. Clearly, the Colts came in last night and said, we believe last week was an aberration. We don't believe you could do it again. We're going to shut down the run. Lamar says, okay, you don't believe I can throw my team to a victory? Have it this. Skip, the first quarterback to complete 85% of his passes in a 400-yard game. The first quarterback with 400 yards passing, 50 yards rushing, no INTs, and 4 TDs. The highest completion percentage in a 40-pass game. Lamar Jackson did that. Now, I just knew Drew Brees was going to have this record, Skip, because we know Drew Brees has the highest completion percentage. And so I was just thinking, ain't no way somebody got a higher completion percentage in a 400-yard game than Drew Brees. And lo and behold, the guy that many wanted to switch positions, play running back, play wide receiver, did that. Also, I'm glad that Greg Roman gets to keep his job, because it seems when Lamar struggles, everybody wants to get rid of Greg Roman. But I said this before, Skip, if he can just get incrementally better, Skip, he does not need to be Tom Brady, because he possesses something that Tom doesn't have, which is legs. But if he can just get incrementally better, what we saw last night, Skip, he only had one bad throw. That was the touchdown that he missed to Hollywood Brown in the end zone early in the ball game. Other than that,
I'm going to get to that one in a second.
Skip, but other than that, everything was spot on. He was hitting guys between the letters. Guys stick their hands out. He was handing it to them. It's hard for me to say. I watched him in college. It's hard for me to say he had a better game in which he played than what he played last night, Skip. 442 yards. Guess who had the most passing yards in the season, Skip? It's not your guy.
Who?
It's that guy in the purple and black. L. Jack.
Who is my guy?
You know who your guy is.
I don't know.
The guy he got the 2 most passing yard game this season.
Oh, I thought you meant Dak Prescott.
No. Oh, no, you got 2 guys. You got a bunch of guys.
I got the right guys.
But L. Jack went for 442, Skip.
And by the way, just point of order, you have been somewhat critical of him. He has to be more consistent throwing the football. Okay.
Was that not consistent?
I don't know how you can get much more consistent.
You can't get any better than that. Skip, they won this because Carson Wentz played as well as he's played at any point in time in his career. And
he had his moments.
And you're going to say, well,
it helps when you throw an early swing pass that Jonathan Taylor just takes 76 yards.
Yeah. And Skip, the field goal. Calais Campbell blocked one, and it's hard. I don't think anybody has blocked more field goals and PATs than Calais Campbell.
What is it, 6'8"?
6'8". And the reason why the guy hooked it, he was about to block the other one. Had he not hooked it, and he knew that. So that's why he hooked it, because Calais was going to block that one too. Skip, the Ravens won this one. Lamar Jackson was sensational. And after you go, I'm going to show, because Tavon Young almost cost him the game. And
with the shove.
With the shove, Skip. But after you, I'm going to show you how I would have handled that situation.
Okay. I can't tell you how impressed I was with Lamar Jackson.
He was sensational, Skip.
Because he got off to a rocky start, as did his team. His team was not ready to play that game because they thought they had it.
I thought they underestimated too.
Home, we are going to roll. And all of a sudden, when you least expected it, Carson, your former guy, Carson.
He was walking into him last night.
He flipped it to him. and Jonathan Taylor gets loose. Flip it to him, wins. And he gets loose, and all of a sudden it's 7-0, and it seemed like the Ravens got knocked back on their heels, and it took them 3 quarters to recover on defense because they were just getting gashed.
They were
gashed by running plays where I'd say, what are you guys doing? Where are you tonight? And then Lamar had the fumble down near the goal line. And it wasn't Lamar. And yet they kept showing him sitting on the bench, and he looked unflappable. Usually a quarterback in that situation might be hanging his head a little bit. He was just sort of like looking around like, next, we still got game to go here. Just give me the ball back and we'll get going. So back to Jenny's question. Well, obviously, the Colts had to lose it before Lamar had the opportunity to win it. And the way they lost it was They said Blankenship, the kicker from Georgia, they said he hurt his hip in the pregame. I don't know what was going on. It got so bad, they had to send in the punter to try a field goal, and he gagged it. And yet, Marlon Humphrey jumped off sides, which was another part and parcel. The Ravens just weren't mentally into the game. And they get another opportunity from 5 yards closer, and then it's 37. And weirdly, they send Blankenship into the game. And he made it. Okay, but these games, all these close games come down to place kicking. I hate place kicking.
Especially this weekend,
I told you, I hate it. I don't like anything about it. It's so gimmicky. And little guys who kick soccer style are sent onto the field to decide a battle between great football players when that little guy doesn't even belong on the field. He can't play football the way you played football, right?
Yeah.
And we got these weird gimmicky uprights, so you have to boot the ball up through the upright or left or right if it's going to miss. So it comes down to, if we could just see what Blankenship did, so it comes down to a missed extra point. That was a huge missed extra point, right? If we could see his blunders. And then, obviously, he got the one blocked. Maybe we don't. Here we go. Okay, that's the offsides. And he gets another shot. Yeah, that's Marlon Humphrey. And then he comes in.